Hi, my name is Will Nunziata, New York City-based director and creator of theater, television, and film, and also proud FENIX Global Artist Ambassador. Today, I am thrilled to be speaking with the renowned blues musician, SHWE G. For more on SHWE G, you can read more about him right below this video, but in the meantime, here is a sneak peek at the amazing talent of SHWE G.
I am not alone. It's winter time. Sitting by fireplace. How do you know why?
Well, hello, SHWE G. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you so much for having me on the show.
Thank you so much for being here, direct from India. And you are an acclaimed and renowned blues musician, SHWE G. I want to know, when did you realize that you had an affinity for the arts?
Well, I was always playing music in one form or the other. I started with the Indian classical music at the age of 6. So I was playing harmonium and the sitar and the Indian classical instruments. And then I continued the journey, and while graduating high school, I just got into the blues music. And then I wanted to come to the States and explore my blues options.
What is it about blues music specifically, SHWE G, that you love?
I mean, the first time I heard people like Robert Johnson and B.B. King, and they were just playing the blues, and it was a music about the human condition. So that's something that is really near and dear to my heart. And the minute I heard that music, it's just some chemical thing happened in my brain, and it all made sense to me. And so blues spawned off jazz, R&B, and other genres. So it's just, the music is very powerful.
I agree with you. Blues music is one of my favorite, not only one that speaks to the human condition, but I think one of the genres of music that truly is a universal of language. I don't know if many people really truly realize how blues affected so many other genres after it. And I'm curious to know for you, SHWE G, in this time where all artists and humans have been forced to look within, I'm curious, you as an artist, how you've been able to, as an artist, create during this time.
During the pandemic? Well, obviously, I mean, I wrote the whole album. So my debut album, I just you finish writing the album.
Talk a little bit about the album, my friend.
Okay, so my album, it's tentatively titled 2017 Medicine. I mean, I conceived the idea about 6 years ago. After my graduation from Berklee College of Music, I moved to New York City. And then I was living in Manhattan. I was hanging in the Upper East. And the idea of the album just came to my mind that I got to do something about it. I have all these great ideas in my head, but I got to do something about it. So I started with the songwriting, and then you're recording the scratches in the Logic Pro X. So I started the process, and then you're continuing on 5 years later. I mean, it's 2021 now, and I just finished recording all the album. And in the pandemic, it's just because you didn't have any other thing to do. You were just left with the option of being home, and like either you can utilize all this time and so devote more time to your craft than anything else. So I was just trying to be creative.
Absolutely, SHWE G. I'm curious to know, in looking forward, what you're most optimistic about as things slowly but surely start to open back up.
I mean, just people getting back together, just going to the concert, which is already happened. So we are seeing that on Instagram and all around the world. But it's just that human element, because music is all about connecting people, and it's just a very social thing. Even though I can be a bedroom producer, I can produce all this amazing music like Billie Eilish or Phineas, but until and unless I just go connect with the audience, with the human beings, it's just no good.
Well, SHWE G, before I ask my final question, I want to let our audience know, for more on the incredible SHWE G, you can read more about him right below this video. SHWE G, if you could give advice to your younger self, what would it be?
Wow, man, I'm still young, you know. So when you say that, you know, it just makes me feel that I'm old, but I'm still young. But the advice that I would give myself throughout all these years is just be consistent. Just keep doing what you're doing without any of the distraction, without the business part. Just the few first founding years of your musicianship. It has to be about the craft. So I just got to keep practicing, just keep getting better at my craft. And then later on, when I've achieved a level, I can charge, I can go to the business, I can go on tour. But the first few years have to be about learning music, theory, harmony, the whole 9 yards.
The craft and the work, my friend. Well, you going to Berklee School of Music. I went to school a few miles away at Boston College, but many of my dear friends went to Berklee School of Music, and talk about one of the best institutions to study and work on your craft, my friend. Well, SHWE G, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you so much, Will. Thank you so much for having me, and it's been very enlightening.